I wanted to maybe talk about the one about should I play my own remixes or drop in an original song, because I've actually heard this one from a few DJs over the years, but not recently until it was like a week or so ago. Someone had asked that, but it was a DJ who does some mixing on the side, which many do. I was actually surprised at how many people have done some remixing or mashups. And then they were like, I've got a couple of songs that are really, they felt were really good. And they're wondering, do they drop those at an event? So
technically that was 3 questions. And here's my answers for the 3 questions. You can delve in with your own after I answer this. Yes, it depends anytime. So go ahead.
Okay. So that would be, should play the own remixes? Yes. If you make it a song, it depends. And what's the best time to do it? Anytime. Dan, what are your thoughts?
So I'm in agreement of the first one. Basically, I think the remixes, the redrums, those types of pieces, I think are perfectly acceptable in most every situation, whether it's private event or whether it is, you're playing out someplace. I think both of those have the ability for you to bring those pieces in, and a lot of DJs have, do a great job of creating remixes. So why not? I mean, even if you think about it, if you're doing any type of effects when you're playing, or if you are using hot cues to jump around in a song, in some ways you're making a different version, aka a remix of it. So to make an official one, produced ahead of time and then play that, I think it's perfectly acceptable. Their own song, I think it depends on the event. That's where, so I agree with you. It depends. I think that's where the key is. I personally would not be comfortable dropping a song like that at a wedding unless the couple in advance knew I was a performer on the side, a musical act performer on the side, and willing to bring that in.
What if your song was a love ballad that you played during dinner?
Same issue. I still would not be comfortable dropping that in kind of out of nowhere. But my viewpoint is it's not about me. It's not for my 15 minutes of fame or whatever you want to call. I'm going to subject them to other people's favorites. Anyway, and then the last time, when is the best time? I think it depends on the type of song, right? So, if it is a love ballad and that you're taking, and if your view is that it's an okay place to put it obviously in the appropriate time. I would not put it peak hours for something that somebody's never heard before.
Yeah, don't play your thrash metal remake of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald during cocktail hour.
You never know. It could go over. Could be the good.
Save it for ceremony prelude.
I was kind of thinking about the original song part of it, because again, remixes, there's many people who do it, and they can drop those in because they design it for that specific purpose. But the original song, I thought about it almost when, going back when I used to play in the bar quite often, and it was, if there was a song that we were going to be trying, because we were playing at the time 5 nights a week. So there was a new song out there, and it's like, okay, this is pretty good, but I don't know if it's good enough for after 11 o'clock time frame, unless I needed to clear the floor. So it was one of those things that we'd play before people were on the dance floor and kind of judge crowd response. If you started to see people kind of, bebopping a little bit or reacting, then you might have something that could be moved into that final 2 hour. And I was kind of viewing it along the lines of that. The idea of it being a ballad or something and being during that cocktail time or something that would fit in that cocktail time might be a great spot to do it, because at times that's just throwaway time as far as, everyone's talking and doing their thing. So, yeah, I think depends, I guess, is really a good answer.